Alright guys, welcome to part 5 of Rebooking WrestleMania. And now we'll be looking at WrestleMania 5. This is the tagline, of course, where the Mega Powers explode. And it took place April 2nd, 1989 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Basically it was called the Trump Plaza then, and the attendance was 18,946. Again, this is all according to Wikipedia, so who knows how accurate these are, but that's what I'm using. Let's get into the card. Here's the actual main card here. We had 14 matches on the card. First match, Hercules defeating King Haku. Second match, the Twin Towers defeating the Rockers. Third match, we have Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Ted Dibiase, ending in a double countout. Then we got the Bushwhackers defeating the Fabulous Rougeaus. Fifth match, we got Mr. Perfect defeating the Blue Blazer. Sixth match, we got Demolition Axe and Smash defeating the Powers of Pain. The seventh match, we got Dino Bravo defeating Ronnie Garvin. The eighth match, the Brainbusters defeating Strike Force. The ninth match, Jake the Snake Roberts defeating Andre the Giant. 10th match, the Hart Foundation defeating Greg Valentine and the Honky Tonk Man. Then we got Rick Rude defeating the Ultimate Warrior for the Intercontinental Championship. Bad News Brown defeating Jim Duggan. The Red Rooster defeating Bobby Heenan. And the main event, anticipating Battle of the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan defeats the Macho Man Randy Savage. So looking at this card, I thought it had some very intriguing matches, such as the main event, such as the Intercontinental Championship match. But for me, Andre versus Jake was also pretty cool. But for me, at first off, I felt there was way too many matches. There's 14 matches on this card. Mine will only have 10 matches. And yeah, I just felt like we switched a few things around, like gave Mr. Perfect a better opponent. I think, don't get me wrong, the Blue Blazer, who was Owen Hart, was good, but Blue Blazer wasn't really a name. I felt Mr. Perfect, he deserved someone better, and you guys will see who I chose. And yeah, the tag team title match, I felt the Hart Foundation deserved to be in it. The Hart Foundation Demolition do have great chemistry, so we'll get into that later. And yeah, honestly, there's way too many matches. If we can cut some of these matches, I think this card would be better and switch a few things around. So yeah, guys, let's get into it. Here's my card for WrestleMania 5. We got the opener, the Rockers versus the Twin Towers. I'm gonna keep this the same. It was a fun opener. The Rockers are always very fun and exciting. When they open the card, they're very fast paced. They got the high flying moves. And it was just a great contrast of styles. You got the Twin Towers who are giants. And we got the high flying Rockers. Same match, same result. Give the Twin Towers the win. Second match, Strike Force versus Brainbusters again. Another match that happened on the real card. I keep the same. Again, got the contrast of style. Strike Force, they do crazy strikes. They're very high flying. And then we got the Brainbusters who will ground you. They'll put you in a submission hold. They're very rough. They're hard hitting. So it's a great contrast of styles. And again, I'd keep the match the same, the ending the same, where Rick Martel turns on Tito Santana. When we get to next year, I feel like that's a long feud that can pay off at next year's WrestleMania. So yeah, there's just a little spoiler for you guys, but yeah, I think it was time for Strike Force to break up, and I think the Brainbusters, they're definitely one of the greatest tag teams as well. So keep those two tag matches the same. And then we got Jim Duggan versus Honky Tonk Man. So rather than have Honky and Greg Valentine tag match, I kind of separated them, because it's not really much to me. Like great heels. No, I'm not a big fan of Dino Bravo, so I rather replace him with someone else. And yeah, Red Rooster. I know he's a face, but he didn't deserve a match either. Um, so yeah, Hercules and Haku, they're okay, but I thought there's better matchups for other people. And yeah, this is a fun match. I think Jim Duncan's very, very over his face. Honky Tonk, man, he just came off that long Intercon Championship run, so he still has some cred, and I think it'd be just a simple match where Jim Duggan, he doesn't like Honky singing, and Honky, he could say, "Oh, that's what's wrong with America. They don't appreciate talent like me." And yeah, and we can have Honky smash the guitar on Jim Duggan. We can have Jim Duggan get his revenge and smash the 2x4 onto Honky. So yeah, fun match. Who would I have win? I'd probably give Jim Duggan the win. Honky, he was kind of done as a singles guy after this. He did team with Greg Valentine, so I give Jim Duggan the win. I think he deserves a nice feel good moment. And then we got Ronnie Garvin versus Greg Valentine. Yeah, this was a great match. At the 1990 Royal Rumble, I believe. So, just to me, let's start the feud a little earlier. Um, Greg Valentine, he could be bragging like, oh, he's the toughest. He's the hammer, no one could take him. And Ronnie Garvin is like, you know what? I could take you. I'm rugged, So it'd be like kind of a battle of like, I would say two powerhouses, but two like big wrestlers who can go. They both have a great physique, and I think it'll be a fun match. Just like their Royal Rumble 1989 match. I wouldn't do the I Quit match. Yeah, just have a straight up one-on-one match. I give Ronnie Garvin the win. I think he deserved it. Greg Valentine, he's been a while. He's been there for a while. He's already established. So yeah, give Ronnie Garvin the win. I think it'll be a fun match to have on the card. And then we got the World Tag Team Championship match: Demolition versus the Hart Foundation. Like I said, I think these two at the time were the best tag teams in the world. They had an awesome 2-3 Falls match at SummerSlam 1990. So yeah, I would just have them feud here. Have Demolition be the heels, Hart Foundation be the face, and I actually have Hart Foundation win clean. And that's where I would have Mr. Fuji turn on Demolition. Not turn into Hart Foundation heel, but just after the match, Mr. Fuji snaps. And that's when you can have the Powers of Pain attack Demolition, and Mr. Fuji says he has his new meal ticket. So I think it'll be a good match. Feel good moment for the Hart Foundation to, finally beat Demolition, who were established as the greatest tag team probably in that era. And then we got the sixth match: Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Bad News Brown. So yeah, I thought Brutus the Barber Beefcake, he deserved to be on the card. Bad News Brown, he's doing some very solid heel work. He should be on the card, and I just think it'll be, fun match. I think Brutus Beefcake can say, he'd give Bad News Brown a haircut, but he has no hair and all that. So it'll be a fun feud. Um, yeah, Bad News Brown could say like, no one takes you seriously. I got some bad news that I'm gonna end your career. So have Bad News Brown be very serious. Brutus Beefcake, he's fun loving. He's cracking jokes. And who would I have win? I give Brutus Beefcake the win. He was still super over at this time, and Yeah, Bad News Brown. He's a character who he doesn't really need to win. He talks a lot, um, and he's credible on his own. So I think it'll be a solid mid card match. Then we got Jake the Snake Roberts versus Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Again, I thought this was a better mix. Jake and Andre, it had the star power, but again, Andre couldn't really go. And what I have for Andre is more of a payoff to a rivalry. And yeah, Mr. Perfect, he deserved a bigger match, and I thought him versus Jake Roberts would be a great match. Mr. Perfect, he's bragging, he's everything perfect, and the kind of Jake Roberts can take the other way. He can say how he's imperfect. He has a lot of demons. He's very cold hearted and all that, but he says that actually makes me more perfect than you because I'm actually real. You're something that you wish you were. So I think it would be kind of a great feud. Two characters that contrast. We got very arrogant, cocky, and we got a very like cold, you know, cold character like Jake Roberts. So it'll be a fun match. I'll give Mr. Perfect the win. He's starting to build momentum, and he'll soon get the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, I'd give Mr. Perfect the win. He can definitely cheat to win, but still be a fun, solid mid card match as well. And then we got what I think is the triple main event for this card. We got Andre the Giant versus the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. So this match, I'd actually have DiBiase defeat Savage, and then at the Royal Rumble, Savage gets a rematch. Andre accidentally costs DiBiase the match. Then after the match, DiBiase kind of snaps on him. He slaps him, and that's when Andre snaps. Andre grabs him, and that's when Andre turns face. He can attack Ted DiBiase. He can attack Virgil. And yeah, and then we could have Ted DiBiase realizing he screwed up and he's trying to bait Andre. He's trying to give him all the money. He's trying to give him all the cars, um, all the riches, and Andre's not having it. So yeah, and then coming into the match, we can have Andre injure Virgil. So straight up 1-on-1, Andre the Giant versus Ted DiBiase, and yeah, just give Andre the straight up clean face win. It's a payoff to last year's storyline where Ted DiBiase was kind of using Andre. Even though Andre, he hated Hogan and all that, he was still being used by Ted DiBiase. So it pays off a storyline. And like I said, guys, WrestleMania should be the show where storylines are paid off. And I think this would be good because, deep down inside, we did not want Andre to take orders from Ted DiBiase. And it'd be very fun to see him finally turn face after, a couple years. And then we got the Intercontinental Championship match. The Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude. Keep the match the same. They had the fun pose down challenge. It was fun. So yeah, keep all that the same. Again, this was actually one of the better matches on the card. And yeah, you can have, Rick Rude playing his mind games, being arrogant, and we can have Ultimate Warrior just talking crazy. And the same feud, Rick Rude wins. It was actually a pretty fun moment for Rick Rude and Bobby Heenan. That was Bobby Heenan's first championship. He won as a manager as well. And I think keep it all the same. Rick Rude wins, and yeah, build sympathy for Warrior, who will eventually will get that back at SummerSlam. And then the main event, the Battle of the Mega Powers. Keep it all the same. Keep it all the same. The only thing I'd have changed is I'd have Hogan actually win the Rumble. Even though the Rumble wasn't for a title shot, it would just, incense Savage even more that Hogan accidentally eliminated him. And then he went on to win it. So when Savage just snapped, it makes it even more understandable that, he's the WWF champion and this guy just won the Rumble. Everyone's praising him and that they were supposed to go in it as a team and Hogan, eliminated them. Although by accident, he still eliminated them. So yeah, it gives kind of Savage more of a reason to get pissed off at Hogan. And yeah, much better winner than Big John Studd. No one really needed him to win the Rumble. I know they want to go to the final run, but yeah, I I have same match. Miss Elizabeth, she's kind of conflicted as well. But same match. Hogan wins. Again, ultimate payoff to a rivalry. Ultimate payoff to a storyline. That started a year ago. So that is my card, guys. Yeah, I'll run down through the card. Here we go. Welcome to WrestleMania 5. The Rockers versus the Twin Towers. Strike Force versus the Brain Busters. Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus the Honky Tonk Man. Rugged Ronnie Garvin versus Greg the Hammer Valentine for the World Tag Team Championship. Demolition Axe and Smash versus the Hart Foundation. Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Bad News Brown. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. Andre the Giant versus Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. And for the Intercontinental Championship, the Ultimate Warrior versus Ravishing Rick Rude. And for the WWF Championship, the Mega Powers Explode, the Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Immortal Hulk Hogan. Brother.